In this tutorial, we'll remove extra spaces between words and sentences in Microsoft Word. If you also want to learn how to change character and word spacing, links to our videos on these topics can be found in the video description below. First, let's make the spaces visible. Go to the Home tab and in the Paragraph group, select the Show or Hide button. Now Word displays spaces as small dots between words, and paragraph marks appear at the end of paragraphs. This step is optional, but it makes it much easier to see where the extra spaces are. And don't worry, these marks do not print. They are only visual guides. To begin, go to the Home tab and on the right side of the ribbon, click Replace. This opens the Find and Replace dialog box. Make sure you are on the Replace tab. Here, click inside the Find What box and press the spacebar 2 times. Now the box may look empty, but Word has recorded 2 spaces. Now click inside the Replace With box and press the spacebar 1 time. Again, the box may look empty, but Word has recorded 1 space. So we are telling Word to find every place where 2 spaces appear together and replace them with 1 space. If you want to fix the whole document at once, select Replace All. Word will replace the double spaces and then show a message telling you how many replacements were made. Select OK. Now look at the document. The extra spaces between words and sentences should be removed. And here is something very important to keep in mind. There may have been places in the document with 3 or 4 spaces in a row, and one Replace All cannot remove all of them. For example, if you have 4 spaces somewhere, they can become 2 spaces after the first replacement. The fix is to run Replace All again and again. Keep running it until Word says 0 replacements were made. That means Word can no longer find 2 spaces in a row. Replace All is fast, but sometimes you may want to check each space before changing it. Open Find and Replace, but this time select Find Next. Word moves to the next double space. If you want to fix it, select Replace. If you want to skip it, select Find Next again. One small thing to remember is that Word starts searching from wherever your cursor is placed. So with this method, it's better to place the cursor at the beginning of the document. Also keep in mind that the double space replacement method will not delete the single spaces at the start of paragraphs. You have to find and delete them manually, or you can get it done in a few clicks with the OnStyle add-in. Find and Replace works well when you already know exactly which pattern you want to change. However, it does not determine whether a space is correct according to the document standard. When you are working with a long, complex, or regulated document, OnStyle can identify whitespace issues automatically. OnStyle is a Microsoft Word add-in that checks documents for more than 150 formatting and consistency issues. Open the OnStyle validation tools and run the whitespace-related checks. One useful check is repeating whitespaces. This finds sequences of whitespace characters that exceed the configured limit. By default, it reports 3 or more consecutive whitespace characters, so you do not have to keep running Find and Replace manually. You can use the correction option to reduce the repeated sequence according to the configured rules with a single click. Another useful check is improper whitespace usage. This helps find whitespace used where it is not allowed, as well as missing whitespace where spacing is required. For example, it can identify typed spaces before the first character of a paragraph, a missing space after punctuation, or unnecessary spaces before punctuation. Use the Fixing option to remove the unnecessary whitespace or insert missing regular spaces automatically. OnStyle can also check for unnecessary whitespaces. This inspection finds whitespaces inside configured expressions where no whitespace is allowed. The check is useful for catching small spacing issues in numerical expressions, such as an unwanted space between a number and a % sign. Then use Remove Text to delete the unnecessary space. That's how to remove extra spaces between words and sentences in Microsoft Word. Save time when authoring documents with OnStyle's 150 auto checks and fixes. Visit OnStyle's website and try it for free now.